Hey, what's going on, guys? Daniel from ModBot here, and currently I'm in the process of finalizing and repairing a couple of 3D printers that either broke down or I never really fully finished, or they've been kind of like half-ass working, and moving on to more builds. And so I decided to make a kind of goodbye video, or not a kind of goodbye video, an official goodbye video to the Rp9v2 from Bob CNC. I've been really sitting on this printer for a long time, and last year I talked about like really big plans that I had for it, and completely tricking it out and redoing the extruder and making it auto bed leveling, and that basically was taken over by the Anet A8 that kind of took the place of the Rp9v2 because it was much more I don't know if I want to say open source, but just had a much bigger community, and it was much easier to work on than the Rp9v2. I really wish I'd made a video on this printer before I'd stripped its hot end and extruder for another 3D printer, because I had designed a custom housing for the extruder on stream, and my goal was to basically transform it from the Bowden setup that it had by default or stock to a direct drive setup. And in a way it was successful. However, because of the shape of this 3D printer and because it has like an enclosed top, if you will, it's not open like on some of the aluminum builds or on the like Anet A8. It really ate away a lot of the print area by putting the stepper motor on top of the hot end, which almost made me not want to continue, because at that point the bed area and the print, you know, X, Y by Z was just really tiny, and it was hard for me to want to invest more time into trying to trick it out. And on top of that, I wasn't really crazy about the medium quality that I was getting from this printer. Also, this printer homes at the top, which I know I could have switched out, but it was really annoying trying to get the bed level and trying to tweak various things when every time I wanted to print and see if it fixed it, it would have to home all the way to the top. And it just, I don't know, it might seem like a small thing, but it was really time consuming when I was trying to, you know, test out something 30 times to see if I can find like the right number for everything. All in all, I really don't think that it was a bad printer for the most part. It definitely was very unique. I like that these are made in-house, and the wood does leave a lot of room for custom paint jobs and staining, which I am a huge fan of. It does not come with a heated bed, but I did end up adding one, as well as a beefier power supply to be able to power that heated bed. As weird as it sounds, I almost think that this printer is better as like a collectible item to look at on my shelf for me rather than a printing workhorse. It was a very fun build, and I did enjoy swapping the X and Y axes from the fishing string that it came with over to the more common belts, swapping the threaded rods to lead screws by making modified parts for the Z carriage, as well as tweaking the Marlin firmware, which is something I'd never done before, to accommodate the different like micro steps for the different pitch in the lead screws over the threaded rods. Also, I will say that the little community behind this printer are all pretty solid individuals, and they really do what they can to upgrade this printer. I did say I already tore the extruder and hot end out, but I am going to be stealing the motors, the end stops, and just about anything else I can salvage before trashing the rest of the printer, which is essentially just going to be the wooded frame. I really just need room for some other printer builds that I have, and I'm running out of space. And again, this currently is more valuable to me as having spare parts for my running printers than, you know, a printer that's half working all in all. So this is a farewell to the Rp9v2. I will place a link in the description for those of you that are curious in finding out more about this printer, because again, it is a really unique little printer, and Bob, the guy that's behind this printer, is a really awesome guy. And I definitely think that this printer deserves some credit, which is again why I'm making this kind of farewell video, because I had said I have big plans for it, and you know, as most of you know in life, sometimes plans change. So kind of bittersweet again, just like with being done with the Anet A8, but that only means that there is some good stuff around the corner. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. And on that note, don't forget to smack the like button, subscribe for more 3D printing videos, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace, guys.